Hi, men's equality advocate here, Alan Millard. Men who do not exist in their own right are merely defined by their use to others. Basically, as it stands, without his use value, a man is considered useless. And since he is granted no personal value, any exclusive personal recognition he receives is usually negative. This is why men are so easily cast as evil, and their abuse is often overlooked, or worse, even encouraged when, if they veer outside their scripted role. An attempt is made to escape from the plantation. Their defined identity includes taking it like a man. An established mindset defining male existence deems a man as weak who complains about it. Many men's rights advocates are included. What more of a devaluation of one's existence could top this assessment of one's personal being? Men with an identity attached to them as mere disposable pawns are by design not supposed to have equality to women. It's disgusting to hear women say, referring to the past, that's when men were men, as a shaming tactic applying to men seeking to be outside of an existence that discards any personal value attached to a man as a person in his own right. This is effectively done when men are bound to serve women for a manhood defined by women. This premise has been built upon by culture per chivalrous standards, with feminists furthering the effect by executing extreme measures. For example, criminalizing men via their sexuality, making men guilty due to women not being held accountable equally to men. Me too. How can women complain of men holding positions of power when in actuality men are mere figureheads used to serve women, consisting of those who continue to treat women better than themselves? This is a matriarchy with men held as accountable figureheads in a society bound to serve women. What more could women want that men groomed from boyhood to serve women as to define their manhood haven't already been given? Just how much abuse and mistreatment are men molded to take? Less now than in the past, which is why we hear women and some simple minded men refer to the past as that's when men were men, or why we still hear the primitive, discarding expression, take it like a man and man up. What could be more revealing of men's need to be liberated? Men are in desperate need for equality to women. Many brave souls, risking being humiliated, are now refusing to take it any longer. When men no longer stand for being bound to an existence defined by a servitude to women, they are deemed inciles and unmanly. They are actually more mature and developed than are the others who have merely catered to women, who never allowed themselves to advance into individual people with a value all their own. Other than as a utility and pawn, a man in his own right does not exist. This is why men must fight against a degraded existence assigned to them. Men of the past were less genuine because they were chivalrous and catered to women, caving to feminism based on this previously established premise. It has taken new generations of men to finally attempt to break free of these masculine chains by which men are bound. Men's liberation has yet to be realized, let alone implemented. Many men serve, per their defined existence, as other men's worst enemies. They significantly contribute to preventing men from removing these chains that bind them, because they too, as all men, are sculpted to serve women. Such servitude pathetically defames manhood. So we must rely entirely upon our intellect as men to best serve ourselves and our exclusive interests that no one else cares about. Men's exclusive needs are cast as bad and dirty. For example, feminism attacking and criminalizing men through their sexuality, along with religion allowing the same due to the dirty, guilty stigma exclusively attached to males, even from birth, per the continued barbaric practice of male circumcision. When men and women are united, the contrast in value is less noticed, blurred by closeness and attachment as when the sexes are working together. The contrast in value exists, but in a more hidden state in which men relent. When divided, with men and women more segregated in their assigned existence, the contrast is more profound and built upon with misandry made fashionable. The mating dating process provides an archaic example of traditional misandry, chivalry, in that men are not equally valued and sought by women, with men still needing to financially compensate women due to a lower standard, due to a lower value to women when dating, and have to pay for the difference in value. Men in the past were more bound to a horse and plow existence, not to say that many women didn't experience drudgery too, often close to that of men's. But keep in mind that a major part of the man's defined identity has been to serve and please women and make life better for them. So if a woman had it bad, a man usually had it much worse. But this united arrangement was bound by love and lifelong commitment, combined with the ultimate goal of a successful life and raising a family in the process of perpetuating humanity. However, once taken out of this context, with chivalry built upon outside the family, the dynamics change along with a man's diminished value corresponding to that of a pawn, whose whole existence, defined by purpose, is to serve and please women, with no value to be had in his own right. Politics then became infected in the same way. Although degraded in comparable value, only when united with women did men serve a purpose, but still with no defined existence to be had in their own right. Revealing this assessment, women claim they are independent and don't need men, with men not even considered in the equation. But some of these slaves are attempting to escape from the plantation, so watch as, in their attempt, how they are treated. Sure, many men will in the process be deprived of their needs provided by women, but men in fighting their battles of the past have had to endure deprivations then too. To end their abuse, men will need to implement alternatives besides pornography to include prostitution, along with laws that stop catering to women at the expense of men. Go to Men's Equality on Facebook and check out my books, A Flaw from Within, my latest, Women's Higher Status Defies Equal Justice, Violates Man, and Destroys Society. My first book, Equality of Man's Claim, The Equality Issue from the Male Perspective and an Ethical Society's Viewpoint, is also available on Amazon. Check them out. Good day.